Hello and welcome to the Roll Jump Media Podcast. Today is January 30th, 2021. Today I am joined by my co hosts, Jose and Luis. What is going on, guys? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Good morning.
Happy Saturday.
All right. So, today, what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about Reddit, Wall Street Bets, the community, and what they've done this week, which is pretty cool and crazy. The Medium Review Roundup, and 2021 video game prediction questions, amongst much more. But before we get into all of that good stuff, we are going to be talking about what we've been playing as well as something else that we didn't cover last week. So, the Resident Evil showcase happened last week, and a lot of people had a lot of things to say about it. People have been majorly happy about what has been revealed and the demo that came out and all that good stuff. I just wanted to do, I feel like I do this a lot, but a litmus test of how hype that whole info drop was for you both.
All right. You want me to say what I've been playing first?
Let's talk about what you thought about Resident Evil first.
Okay. I was able to watch the showcase. Um, I think I'm with the people who are hyped for this game. Uh, even though I haven't played Resident Evil 7,
Hmm.
to know who Ethan Winters is, and I'm really like digging the direction they're going for with this game. The whole witch vampire uh, werewolf thing or theme.
Right.
It's gonna be really interesting on how they're gonna handle all that. How they're gonna connect that to what Resident Evil is about. Um, so yeah, so well, that's talking about Resident Evil 8 Village, right? Uh, I'm I'm really liking what I see. The tall vampire lady. Uh, I
Oh
think a
my
lot of
gosh.
people are liking that.
Yes.
um, how can you scare it, right? Yeah. um,
Man.
one of the things that I noticed though, when they were talking about the deluxe edition, how they're gonna lock the max difficulty behind the deluxe edition.
Yeah,
Um,
I so supposedly about that is supposedly that's early unlock. It's not for you to
no, okay,
access it completely, supposedly.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of the things that I was thinking. Like maybe it's like a like a bonus for people who get the deluxe. They get early access to the max difficulty.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, hopefully it's that, and it's not like the whole, you have to pay more to get another difficulty.
Hmm.
Uh, but other than that, from what I saw from Village, I think I'm kind of sold on the game already. So if I were to rate it from like 1 to 10, how hype I am, I probably put it like around uh, 7.5 maybe.
Okay. That's
And
cool.
the only reason why, I guess, again, it's because I haven't played the seventh game, so I'm not really aware of the stories of these characters. But I mean, I'm pretty. I want to know more about the story either way, from what I saw. And then regarding the other stuff they talked about in the showcase, um, the RE verse, I think that's cool. Uh, to be able to play the different characters that we've seen so far in the game.
Hmm.
Uh, what they showed, it looked kind of weird. It looked strange. I don't know if that's the final uh, like product. I'm assuming it's not. It's just like a sneak peek of what they're doing. So I'm interested in seeing more of that. Um, the costumes in the Division Two. I mean, that's cool. I don't play the Division Two. It's like a cool bonus, I guess, for fans of Resident Evil who play the
Hmm.
Division Two.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean the show, the I mean the movie. Um, that's cool. It's interesting to see that. Uh, and I think that's it right now.
That's big.
I think I don't think I'm missing
Mm,
anything else.
no, it was the Netflix show or film, whatever it is, the art RE-verse village and the DLC for the division. Yeah, I think that's about does it. And it's gonna be coming out
Yeah,
May 7th too. So
yeah, that's cool. So
yeah.
it's like right around the corner. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's pretty. Those are my thoughts.
Dope. Jose, did you catch any information? Has your stance changed?
Well, it's pretty much the same. I share the same opinion as Luis regarding Resident Evil Village. I've never really, I mean, I haven't played personally um, Resident Evil 7 or 6 for that matter. um,
People will excuse you for
so
slicks.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, like I've said before, I grew up with the franchise. Um, and so there's a lore there, and I'm really interested in seeing, how they build up some of these characters, especially Ethan, who is, I mean, he's the newest character um, so far, and um, and also Chris Redfield, of course, since he is going to appear in the game. I'm excited to see where his story goes as well. I'm also really interested in seeing how they're gonna tie in, this to the entire, to the overall, uh, I guess you could say lore again,
Yeah.
because it is focusing on like the vampire, witch, you know, werewolf thing. So, I mean, that's very far from, the zombies that started it all. So, it's gonna be interesting to see how they tie that with, the parasites and, the virus and all of that. So yeah, I'm fairly excited about it. Regarding everything else, I mean I'm excited about the Netflix project that they have planned. Um, and yeah, regarding the actual like presentation, I didn't catch that. But yeah, those are like the two things that I guess stand out for me
Yeah.
from that. So we'll see. And I'm actually really surprised about the date, the release date. Thought it was gonna be farther down the year, but I guess not. I'll have to wait too long.
All right. Yeah, those are some. Yeah, I share pretty much the same sentiment with you guys. I think I'm a little bit less hyped, but I've said why before because it's not my kind of game, but still it looks fun. And I was actually very interested in the Reverse Reverse multiplayer thing. I actually signed up for it, hopefully, hoping to get into it, but I didn't get into it this time around. I don't know if they're gonna do another round, but I really do want to check that out to see if it feels good to play. Um, from what people have said, it's fun, so hopefully it makes the fans happy. All right. One more thing, I wanted to check into the 2021 draft that we've been doing. I didn't forget about it, did you?
Of course not.
All right. So far, we were supposed to do a Hitman 3 review roundup last week, but we did not do an episode last week. So this will make up for it, kind of. For my team, it has an 86 on Open Critic, which translates to 16 points for me. And uh, Luis, he had Cyber Shadow that came out as well, and that ended up getting an 82 on Open Critic, which is 12 points for him. And Jose, you do not have any release yet. Your next one that's gonna come out is Little Nightmares 2.
Nice.
Just a quick update.
Hopefully it does well.
Yeah.
I know I
Getting
need some
spicy.
points in mine.
Yeah, we're just beginning. We're just beginning. All
I
right.
don't
So
know. I feel like I'm gonna have to drop Breath of the Wild, guys, but we'll see.
yeah, yeah. When those games start coming through, we're gonna be making changes to our team, I'm sure.
Mhm.
All right. So with that said, it is time to talk about what we've been playing. Are you guys prepared? Got your games ready to talk about?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's go ahead and start.
All right, so I'll go first as usual. So this week, again, like last week, I've been playing. Well, no, like the past 2 weeks, I've been playing, or I've been focusing on two games. Uh, on my Switch, I was playing Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I had already finished with the story, so I was just trying to do the extra missions that were available. Trying to get the platinum for each one. Um, complete the missions, complete because there's three modes, right? Uh, for these extra missions, one of them is to kill all the enemies in the map before the time runs up. Another one is to gather all the materials within the map. Um, again, before time runs out, and then the last one was to kill the bosses um, at a again limited time to earn the platinum badge.
Okay.
So I was doing that, just more Pikmin for me, I guess. Um, so I was able to do that. Um, we really need a Pikmin 4. Um, hopefully, hopefully we'll get something. Uh, I don't know about this year, but soon.
Right.
Um, and then on my 2DS, again, I'm been playing the Mario Kart, Monster Hunter Stories. Uh, Again, I'm kind of invested in the game. I'm enjoying myself so much more than when I first started. I guess it was a little rough at first because you had to get used to the system, uh, the combat system.
Hmm.
It's not the usual like, oh, choose an attack and choose the enemy you want to attack, and then you know and so on, right? The battle system consists of like being able to read your opponent and which move they're gonna do. There's a technical move, and a speed move, and a power move. And power is strong against technical, technical is strong against speed, and speed is strong against power. So you sort of have to decide, what kind of move you have to read your opponent on which kinds of moves they use
I
to
hear
be
you.
able to defeat them. And then I don't know, I'm really enjoying that. And again, you can also, once you defeat these monsters, uh, you get materials, you can upgrade your weapons, create weapons, upgrade your armor and stuff like that. So you have that Monster Hunter side of it as well. So I'm really enjoying it right now. I think I'm maybe three-fourths into the story.
Oh, dying.
Uh, I hope, I don't know, but I mean, either way, I'm enjoying myself playing that. But yeah, yesterday for the stream, I played some Smash, some Mario Kart 8, and that's always fun as well. They never get old. But yeah, that's pretty
Nice.
much it.
Nice.
All right, so I think it's my turn. Um, so for me, I've been going back to my 3DS. I think I mentioned this in the last podcast. I was playing Pokemon X, and I was playing through it. Well, I was playing the Nuzlocke mode, which I found really adds more difficulty to the game, especially to Pokemon X, because I feel like that's one of the easiest games um, in the series. And so once I finished that, I moved on to Soul Silver, Pokemon Soul Silver, which is um, my favorite game, my favorite entry in the series. So I've been enjoying that a lot as well. And again, it's the Nuzlocke. I'm doing a Nuzlocke, and I
Hmm.
don't know. It's been fun. Like that adds a difficulty to the games, and like sometimes I find myself kind of uh, hesitant to revisit some of these games just because I feel like I don't know. I'm not really feeling it, but going in, knowing that it's going to be a Nuzlocke, it's very fun, I guess. It adds a new layer of fun to it, and so it's more engaging to me. So I'm planning on revisiting more of the games um, after Soul Silver. So I've been playing that. Um, I've also played some Smash. I've been playing the adventure mode, the World of Light in hard, um, difficult mode, and that's been fun. And that's pretty much it. Mario Kart. I played Mario Kart yesterday. That's always fun. And yeah, that's it. Animal Crossing I haven't touched, and I need to get back into it slowly, eventually. But yeah, that's been it for me.
Yo, the other games are freaking nudging Animal Crossing off the table.
No,
The
poor
permanent
Animal
seat
Crossing.
is in jeopardy.
Sorry, but I need a break from that.
Yeah. One thing for Pokemon though, like I thought the Nuzlocke was the only way I was going to get into Pokemon, but after playing Sword and Shield, I got too attached to my Pokemon to freaking say that they died. So, do you have that problem too? Do you just accept that once if they're died, then you just can't use them no more?
Yeah, it's very. I mean, I do accept it because it's the rules, and I committed to playing the Nuzlocke.
Hmm.
But yeah, it hits you. It doesn't hit you. I mean, I guess it hits you emotionally, but I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, especially when you're like in a point in the game where like you should already have your team established and ready to go, leveled up, and then bam, you lose one, and it's like I have to go back and or I have to train one of my Pokemon on the PC and you know get it up to par with the others, and it's just a lot of grinding as well sometimes. So,
Oof. Yeah.
but yeah, you're like, I already had like everything planned for you, like your move set and everything, and now I lost you. Like,
Hmm.
damn. But yeah,
I hear
and
you.
the stakes are high, but that's what makes it fun.
Okay, I understand. All right, so that's gonna leave me. I didn't really commit to one thing or a couple things. I was kind of all over the place. I kept playing Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, but what I did was I put it to Spanish dub because I just kind of wanted to see how much I would
Nani?
understand. Yeah, and surprisingly, it wasn't too bad. Like I would catch on to the main plot points, and everything else I'd be like, I would have to use Google Translate sometime. Pause the game, like, hold up, wait a minute, that's a new word I do not know. My vocabulary is too small, and I thought it was kind of fun to go that route just to try it. And what else? Tales of Berseria. I've been playing through that. I feel like that's a really good JRPG. The character, she she's beginning to evolve into something else that you knew initially, and it's very intriguing how that development happens. How the and it's I've only been like 3 or 4 hours in, and the um, the anime cutscenes, those are some good anime cutscenes. 2017 has been a while, and it holds up. It's fun game. And one of the main things I was getting a Metroid Ilch, and so I went back to playing Metroid Prime 3 Corruption just to see how I felt about the motion controls. And it was hard at first. I was like, man, I really prefer the traditional controls to the first two Metroid Prime games. And then I went back to the first two Metroid Prime games, and after alternating between them a couple times, I'm like, there's pros about using the GameCube controller, and there's pros about using the Wiimote. Like I like how you can manually move the cannon around to see in certain spots. And with the GameCube controller, you have to hold down R and then look around, like standing still. That's kind of the con and the pro for one. And but the turning in the first two with the GameCube controller, it just feels nice. You don't have to look at the edge of close to the edge of the screen in order to turn, which is nice. So I'm really looking forward to how they're going to hopefully develop a new control scheme in the trilogy whenever that comes, so I can uh, enjoy it even more. Not even think about the controls; it just comes naturally. So yeah, I've been having fun with that, and that's about it. That's about it. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, cool. Are we ready to move on to the news for the week?
Let's
Let's
do it.
do it.
All right. So we're going to kick this off with a rather weird or unorthodox news segment, something we've never really talked about before. We're going to be talking about finance.
Ew.
Fun.
Yeah. So nobody could have guessed this was going to happen. Very few people. So there's this Reddit community called Wall Street Bets. I'm got some details from Ali Leach from CoinDesk to help me piece this story together. And they're basically uh, causing a headache for institutional investors who were not so high on GameStop. So this is what happened. So institutional investors, which are organizations that invest on behalf of their clients, have been shorting GameStop for a bit. Um, Presumably, they were banking on GameStop's stock to continue to decline because of we kind of all anticipated to decline because of the situation. They're not doing too hot. They're trying to restructure all that good stuff or all that stuff. And what they've been doing is shorting stocks, which I mentioned before. And what shorting a stock is, for those who don't know, it involves selling borrowed stock. So you borrow stock and then you sell it, and what they want to do is that they want to buy the stock at a cheaper price later in order to replace the stock that they borrowed. So if they're successful in doing that, they'll profit off the difference between what they sold the borrowed stock at versus what they bought it to replace it with. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
All right, cool. So and these investors, they don't really, most of the time they trade in like big volumes, so their actions weigh heavily on the market because they're not just doing just like few stocks here and there. They're usually in a big bulk, so whatever they do, they kind of force what they're doing onto what the market is going to translate. So if they're shorting stocks, selling stocks, that makes the stock look like it's not desirable, which even makes it go down. So in order to I guess this Reddit community, Wall Street Bets, they decided to fight back against them imposing their will on the market, and they just kept buying up stock GameStop stocks, which made the prices go up. And that goes right into the strategy against the strategy of those investors who wanted the prices to keep going down so that they can make a profit. Um, so what that means is that these investors, they have a pressure of losing money instead of gaining money from those positions that they took. And some of the institutions that were affected were Melvin Capital, a hedge fund, and Citron Research. Blah, 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 and those companies, they actually had to have been they actually had to have received a bailout from some entities, Citadel and Point 27. They had to receive $2.75 billion bailout because of what this Reddit community has decided to do. And what this has caused is caused attention from like really big wigs like Nasdaq, the second largest stock exchange in the world, and some big name online brokers like TD Ameritrade and Robinhood. They've taken notice and taken action. Some of them have taken action because of this Wall Street Bets community. And because of the popularity, millions of new people have joined Wall Street Bets to see if they can get in on the action as well. So everything's been pretty crazy. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around everything that's going on, but yeah, everybody's been trying to figure out um, how these retail traders have managed to um, affect big institutions. So, what do you guys think about all this? Do you think this is yeah, just your thoughts in general? I don't know. It's hard for me to grasp it as well sometimes. So, what do you guys think about it?
Yeah, for me, I think it's very it's interesting. You know, I have never been aware of I don't want to say interested because there has been some interest like in stock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I've never been too, my attention has never been on stock and uh, the effects of buying stock and all those things up until now. A couple of days ago, like I was just reading on how how stock works. I wasn't really quite 100% sure on how
Hmm.
that worked. So this encouraged me to to go and seek out information on how it works and what's going on. Uh, but yeah, there. I mean, the chaos like that it has created. Um, it's I personally, I think it's interesting to see. You're kind of like it's kind of like rooting for the small guy, and seeing all these things that how they're getting a lot of money out of this by buying GameStop stock and how they're like basically uh, making short sellers lose money and then seeing the stories of how some people are like thanks to this I'm able to afford surgery for so and so or I'm being able
Mm.
to pay so and so and so I feel like there's some cool stories or uh, feel good stories I guess at the end of the day.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it's it just shows how the stock market it's very it fluctuates. It can be easily manipulated as well, and it's kind of exposing how uh, this these people in hedge funds and short sellers how they basically take advantage of this system, um, and basically become rich off of it, right? And some of these people they invest. Uh, Basically, that's what these people do. They invest on companies that are, going down, basically, and and they just make money out of that. So they're basically, taking advantage of uh, what's it called?
The
Um,
like the poor state of a company.
right, right. The misfortune, right, of a company
Hmm.
to get money off of that. Uh, so you see that happen a lot with these people and to for them to see what um that other people like around social media the poor the poor people how they also are able to do that and how they're affecting it and seeing how these certain apps and like Robinhood and these companies are now trying to limit on how
Yeah.
much stock or you can buy or sell and they're putting like restrictions on just so basically to protect that uh, the other people, I guess. It's amazing, honestly, how they're being exposed and how it's all a gambling um, ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting. I wasn't expecting this to happen, honestly, in 2021.
Hmm.
Start
Yeah,
with a bang.
for real. It's just so out of left field, but it's so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I mean, I think this is just
yeah.
another um ex like extension. Um, I don't know. I feel like in our society, with the COVID pandemic, I think more now more than ever, this whole hierarchy or this an economic division that's always been there, but that people really haven't paid much attention to, um, is more evident now. Just the disparity of the wealthy and the poor, and who can afford, you know, surviving a pandemic and who can't. And I think
Hmm.
those are tied together very well. Healthcare, and then you have um, our candidates, the primaries last year and the election, and what some, candidates stand for and what others don't. And and I think that's all just kind of, um, I don't know, like it's fed this desire to kind of expose that, um, or address that.
Hmm.
And I think this is just another kind of extension of that. It's just showing how this game, the stock market, is this just like little bubble that's meant for the rich to get richer. Um, and it's just, it's something that they themselves can manipulate. But, now that, you know, people outside of this bubble have, succeeded in manipulating it to their benefit,
Yeah.
now, people are calling for, some sort of regulation, and you have Robinhood that's apparently like selling customers stocks or canceling them, which I don't know. I mean, I'm not, familiar with the law in terms of that, but
Hmm.
a lot of people are claiming that it's illegal, that it's, you know, they could get sued for that. And so, I mean,
I hope
I don't
they
know.
do,
It's just,
man.
I know, I hope they
Yeah.
do. And I don't know. I think it's just yet another, point to put on the board of, wealthy versus rich. I mean, wealthy versus poor, in this country.
Hmm.
And I mean, it's entertaining to watch just how crazy this thing has become.
Right.
The Doge coins, like this meme culture has, you know,
Nokia.
uh, it's like penetrated even the stock market now, this meme culture. But I think with that, it's also exposing some, I mean, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Exposing, it's the right word. Um, just shady business, shady tactics from the rich. So I'm happy that it's happening. I don't know what that means for, Robinhood or, GameStop, or for the people who are investing in this. I don't know what the end result is going to be, but
Hmm.
it's very interesting to watch.
Yes, sir. Um, yeah, man. I mean, I studied this in school, and I think I'm just too. It's you dig into it more, and you just see how convoluted everything just becomes, like with the laws and the strategies that people use, and the technologies and algorithms that go into this to beat out somebody by like 0.0001 seconds in order to get the best deal and all that good stuff. Man, it's really like it's anxiety inducing, and it's also kind of indicative of how capitalistic this whole thing is. And because at the bare, like beneath all of this, right, the stock market, it's like the purpose, or like the basic tenet of it is to lend somebody money to get to make their business happen, and then from that business you get returns because you thought the business was a good investment, and then that just turns into something that's way above everybody's heads, and the people at the top use that to their advantage.
Right.
So, oh, I turned my mic down too much. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's interesting to see that everyday people are getting into this. Even myself, like I was so unsure about myself that I didn't want to tell you guys wrong things because it just becomes scary in my opinion if you get too deep into it because it's
Yeah,
kind of rigged in a way. But
yeah. I mean, it's like a gambling thing too. So
yeah. So
there's always risk there.
yeah, um, yeah. I like it. I like it. I just hope people just don't lose everything on it because it's a crazy
Yeah.
game. All right. You guys ready to move on to the medium?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the medium came out recently, and this is one of Xbox's premier exclusives. It has a 75 top critic average, with 62% of critics recommending it on OpenCritic. And this is what two outlets had to say about the medium. The first one I have is from Game Crate. I don't have the score. I think the first one was 75, and then the second one was 65. GameCrate says at its best, the medium is at its best when you are exploring its remarkable, beautiful worlds or enjoying the excellent composition and art direction. Unfortunately, the gameplay does not meet that high mark and often detracts from what is otherwise a stellar aesthetic experience. And then Press Start says the medium is Bloober Team's most ambitious game in terms of scope and scale. It successfully leverages fixed camera angles and strong sound design to create a horror experience that's unashamedly nostalgic. Despite its success, the game fails to capitalize on its unique dual reality mechanic and ultimately feels too similar to the studio's prior efforts in Blair Witch and Observer. So, it's got good to average scores from most outlets. Not the hit that we were hoping for Xbox, but a pretty good game it seems like with gameplay that's a little bit wanting. Did you expect more from the medium, or what are your thoughts?
So for me, I remember when I first saw the medium, it was one of those games that I was interested in
Yes.
because it had this Silent Hill vibe to it, um, and it looked really really cool. Um, Honestly, I haven't seen a lot of gameplay of it ever since they announced or they showed the trailers. Um, but I know the reviews came out and people have started talking about them. I haven't listened to them, but I do know that the reviews have been a little uh, maybe on the lower side from what was expected.
Hmm.
Uh, and it's I think it's something that happens often. Like when this new IP comes out, it's always about, oh, how good is it gonna be. And again, like I said, a lot of people when they saw this game, they thought of Silent Hill, right? Or um, I think like the music composer, it's the same one that composed for Silent Hill or something like that. I think there were Silent Hill people
Mm.
involved in this game.
I can
So
research that real quick.
so I know the people were looking forward to this. But it looks like it's just it's another game. Uh, it's not like the GOTY people were looking for. Uh, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it 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 makes sense in a way, because there is some risk when a new IP comes out. Uh, would I play it? If I don't know if I were to if it were to be on sale or something. Yeah, I don't have an Xbox, so but let's say if I
Mm.
have one and it was on Game Pass. I'll probably try it just to see how it is. Um, but I mean, yeah, and not too surprised about this. It kind of again, it's a little disappointing, because you always want to see new IP and games like this be more, I don't know, noteworthy, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. The composer is Wikipedia. Akira Yamaoka, and yes, he was composed various games in the Silent Hill series.
Right.
So you were correct, yeah.
So maybe the music is good. Again, I haven't really seen the reviews on it.
Hmm.
Maybe they do praise the music, but
Strong sound design, so that's probably sound effects. Excellent composition and art direction, said Game Crate. So I'm guessing the music is good.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't have much to say beyond what you said. I think you covered it pretty well.
I think I feel like with horror games, it's always hit or miss. It's either like a solid, good game. I mean, and this is a solid game, but um, I don't know. I guess people, it's either a masterpiece, and it's a really great game, or it's just not, Um, and if it's not, it kind of gets overlooked. And I don't know. I feel like the horror genre is a pretty, I don't know, hit or miss
Yeah.
um, genre, in my opinion. None of us
I,
had it in our fantasy lists though, so that's
yeah.
good. Just kidding.
I mean, for us, yeah. But yeah, I echo the same thoughts as you all. Let's go ahead and go into the smaller news segments before we go into something I cooked up for us. The first thing, the Animal Crossing update that is live now, but there's going to be certain days where certain things trigger. I got the details from Nintendo's official site. The big thing is the festival event that's going to be happening on February 15th. Someone will arrive on your island's plaza to usher in some confetti and carnival spirit. You'll be able to capture feathers and trade them to receive a dance. There are also new reactions, new clothing starting February 1st, seasonal items in the Nook Stop and Nook Shopping, and Target is going to be getting a Animal Crossing collaboration pack on March 26th to sell, and there's going to be another update for Animal Crossing in March. So Animal Crossing is pretty big amongst our group, and I thought we'd just mention the update, see if you guys are preparing for it in any way, anything good like that.
Well, I mean, it's always cool, something to look forward to. As I said, like at the beginning, I haven't really been playing Animal Crossing. I don't know what it is about it. I guess it's like I don't know, like it's not hitting. Um, or maybe it's just like a lot of, what's that word? When you're
Fatigue?
filled up with something.
Oh,
Um,
mm, yeah,
I mean,
you had your fill. I don't
you
know.
know what I'm trying to say, right? But it's like
Yeah,
fatigue, I guess you could say. Animal Crossing fatigue. It's just because
fatigue.
I mean that was my game all of last year basically, and so I feel like once the new year started, it was kind of like, okay, well, it's time to step back and kind of explore
Better.
other things.
Yeah,
So other games have kind of taken off that, but I mean I mean it's always cool to have new stuff coming to the game. I'm probably gonna get back into it once the festival happens. So I mean it's always nice, something to look forward to.
definitely. Goldie nominee 2020. We don't have to bring up balloons. I'm sorry about that.
Biggest snub
I'm
2020.
sorry.
Why, Ray?
I was feeling air. All right. Next thing I have,
Is The Last of Us 2 getting updates right now? Just kidding.
all right, so Halo Infinite is going to have an update series. The detail I have is from IGN. So 343 Industries, the developers for Halo Infinite, has committed to monthly updates, and one has happened recently. So if anybody is interested in keeping up with Halo Infinite, there's going to be monthly updates on it. In addition to that, I have a list of Dice Awards nominees. So the Dice Awards is going to happen pretty soon, and they release their nominees for various categories. The details I have were listed by Stephanie Nunnally from VG247, and I have a little game, a mini game for you guys. I have a list of games that have multiple nominations from the Dice Awards. I want to see how many you guys can name from 2020 that is on this list. So by
Okay.
multiple nominees, I mean they're nominated for multiple categories. These games,
Okay.
yeah.
So do we just shoot out answers or what?
Just shout out answers and see how many you can get.
Okay, well, The Last of Us 2 is there, right?
The Last of Us is number one, has 11 nominations.
Okay. Um, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing is on here, 3 nominations.
I already forgot the names of
Can
the
you think of
games.
Can you think of the Game of the Year nominees from the Game Awards?
Final Fantasy 7,
Final Fantasy VII Remake 3.
Hades.
Hades has 8 nominations. Yeah.
Damn.
hmm
Um, Sekiro. Sekiro
Sekiro
from
is
3 years
2019.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, how about eh, Doom? Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal is on there, but it was only 1 nomination, so it's not on this list I made.
Hmm. Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, 5 nominations. Yup.
Oh, really?
hmm
That's kind of surprised.
There's the game that Jose says that he's always interested in playing, but he hasn't played yet. Starts with the
Persona.
starts with the O.
Pokemon. Just
Oki.
kidding. Um, I don't know. Oh, Ori. Ori and the
Ori,
Willis.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp has 5 nominations.
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla has 2. Yep.
Mm, really?
Yep.
Um, Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Not on the list, Chief.
Underrated. Um,
You guys are missing a big one that has the second most nominated,
shoot.
in the vein of Sekiro.
Demon Souls.
No Demon Souls on the list.
Neo 2.
Neo 2, I saw Neo 2 on the list, but it didn't get nominated for multiple.
I feel like I am. Like we're missing a pretty obvious one. Um, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, there you go.
Ghost of Tsushima,
That's
yeah.
the one I was talking about, not
Yeah,
Sekiro.
Ghost of
That's the
Tsushima.
game I had in mind, not Sekiro.
not Sekiro.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. 10 nominations for Ghost of Tsushima.
Too many the game of the year next year
Yeah.
for
There's
me.
one Nintendo game on another Nintendo game on here. One more.
Deja Calamity,
No,
Paper Mario,
no.
Xenoblade.
I wish it's something. It's
Damn
something
it.
that we didn't buy. I think
Hmm.
it's a
Oh,
gimmick kinda.
Ring Fit?
No, not Ring Fit.
I'm blanking.
Nintendo does weird things sometimes, and this is one of the weird things.
Oh, it's a Mario Kart.
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, three
Mario Kart Live Home
nominations.
Circuit. Wow,
Nani.
it's
I
probably like
know,
the best children's game or something
maybe.
made it.
The rest of these, the rest of these are kind of hard. There's one game that people talked really highly of, but kind of didn't get as talked about as much. It's like a, it's like a, from a PC franchise,
Wasteland.
not Wasteland. It starts with an H.
Hmm. Half Life.
Half Life Alex has four
Half
nominations.
Life
Yeah.
Alex.
Hmm.
Yeah, that game kind of like I know a lot of people really love that game,
Yeah.
and it kind of got overshadowed.
Yep. And there's. Can you guys throw any more last minute ones before I list them?
I can think of any.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys got the top five: Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Miles Morales, Ori. Sixth place with four, or tied with another with Half Life is Kentucky Route Zero TV edition. I mean, I heard of it. I don't know what it is really.
Wait, which one?
Kentucky Route Zero.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one too.
Yeah. Okay. And then tied with it is Half Life, Mario Kart Live, and Final Fantasy VII Remake have three. Dreams has three nominations.
Mm.
And then Animal Crossing, three nominations. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the last ones I'm listing here have two. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Fall Guys, Little Orpheus. That one's the one I really don't know what that is.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, Little Orpheus has two nominations. Last two, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Right, that one too. It's kind of I saw a lot of praise for that game as well.
Hmm. So I thought that was a little fun game for us to play. See the best games of 2020 as per Dice. All right. So next thing I have right here is Netflix. Netflix is making some animes. They're making a Tomb Raider anime. This is from Austin Goslin from Polygon. It's going to be a sequel to the Tomb Raider trilogy that we got from Crystal Dynamics. So that's going to be interesting. See how that goes. And along with that anime, there's going to be an anime spin-off of Kong Skull Island called Skull Island. So whoever's interested in that, are you guys interested in Kong? King Kong?
Nah, Team Godzilla for me.
Yeah,
Just kidding. I don't know.
Um,
not too interested
I'm
myself.
I'm split on who's team and anyways uh, yeah, I mean I regarding like the Tomb Raider anime,
Yeah.
um, I like how they're investing in video game properties and they're putting out more um what's it called like material or focusing on like using the video game franchises into in other mediums, right? Like
Hmm.
anime, movies, and stuff like that. I think it's really cool that we get to see that. And yeah, for the Kong Skull Island, I mean that's cool, and I'm sort of like invested in that whole MonsterVerse, so I might catch it.
What?
You know, yeah. I mean it's
Cool.
cool. I've seen all the monster movies,
Gotcha.
well the recent ones. Um, so I mean it's kind of cool, but it's not something like I'm super mega ultra excited for. You know.
Right, right.
Uh, but it's nice. It's nice that we're getting content based on these properties.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
That's right.
Haha. All right, we got a few more. This one's a really quick one. Returnal, the PlayStation exclusive that I'm really looking forward to, has gotten delayed, but just by a bit. It's going to be released on April 30th now instead of in March. It's going to be competing with Pokemon Snap, if I'm correct. Pokemon Snap.
Returnal is over.
Returnal.
Right.
Might as well
No.
dig the grave now.
Who has that game for their fantasy? Me.
Mhm.
And it's looking like
Jose.
it's gonna be a good one, boys. Just
Yo,
kidding. I
that's
don't know.
gonna.
We'll see.
I think that's gonna be a pretty good pop off. Hopefully, it gets a 90. That would make my day.
Why should get a 50? No. Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
You're known to jinx things, right?
I know. Dang it.
Yeah.
All right.
And the podcast, all right? Yeah.
Yeah. Two more stories. This one kind of makes me a little sad. No new Bleeding Edge content. This is from Bleeding Edge's official Twitter. This is what they had to say about that. With the studio now focusing on our new projects, the studio being Ninja Theory, the new projects are Senua Saga, Project Mara, and the Inside Project. We have decided that there will be no further content updates for Bleeding Edge. The game is still playable on Xbox and PC. Thank you to the fans, and keep teaming up and causing chaos. So this game I bought back when it released in March of last year. I didn't really play it too much after the fact because there wasn't much new from the beta that I was playing that I put a good chunk of time in. So I kind of dropped it, kept going back every now and then, but not too much. Um, it's kind of sad because it was unique because it was a brawler and in that Overwatch kind of space, and it was third person, which was really cool. But it just didn't have the legs or the support or the interest to keep it going.
Yeah, it was kind of it kind of came and went.
Yeah.
Because I think this was shortly after it was announced that they were um, acquired by Microsoft, right? And
Mm,
we knew they were gonna be working on. Well, I don't know. Did we know they were gonna work on Hellblade too?
no.
No, right?
Mm,
Uh, but I mean, we knew they were working on other things, right? So this was the next game that they released, and it's sort of like it was sort of like a cool, like a last uh, game for all. Um, 'cause this is a multi-platform, right?
it was crossplay between Xbox and PC.
Oh, okay. So it was kind of like here is this game we worked on, enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, I saw it.
Hmm.
I kind of see it coming. I saw it coming
Yeah, me
because
too.
again, they are focusing on other things now. And it's like, and like you said, the interest wasn't really there. There wasn't really much talk about it. I kind of forgot the game came out last year, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, and
I
and
couldn't
then
get
you
you
have
guys to hop
other,
on it either because it was Xbox
yeah,
PC.
right,
Yeah.
and then you also have other multiplayer games out there that are doing way more, that are way better or are doing it better. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was overshadowed. I don't know. Kind of I was kind of expecting it.
Indeed. But supposedly they were working on that before they were acquired by Microsoft, and then with Microsoft's backing, they were able to finish it. So didn't seem
Cool.
like it was a big investment, but
Right.
still sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. The last story that I have here has to concerns Bayonetta 3. I don't know if you guys caught this on Twitter. Yeah, I think it was trending for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so Hideki Kamiya commented on Bayonetta 3. This was an interview with VGC, and Ryan Craddock from Nintendo Life reported on it. This is a quote that he had from the interview about Bayonetta 3. I understand it's driving the fans crazy. In light of that, my suggestion would be that maybe we should all reset and forget about Bayonetta 3. Then, when something finally does happen, it'll be a nice surprise, won't it? End quote. Oof, that's kind of that Bayonetta fans are hurting, man.
Yeah.
Man.
So I remember like I saw this news, and all the headlines were like Camilla said forget about Bayonetta 3 and things like that. Um, and I don't know, like I feel like he was saying it in he was making light of it, like oh it's forget about it, it's gonna be more surprising
Yeah.
when it comes, like sort of like fooling around, I guess. I didn't take it as like, oh, just forget about Bayonetta 3, it'll come until it comes, which I mean it kind of it's basically it as well. Uh, um, I feel like he was just joking around, but I mean I also understand that it's like, I mean we've been waiting for this game, to hear anything from this game for like what, 3 years now.
Yeah. Reggie
Um,
said it was coming.
I know, right? And it's true. Anyways, uh, so I can see why some people took it as a like, oh, okay, now we're supposed to forget about it. Like why did you announce it then? So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean it's kind of weird that we haven't really heard anything about it. Um, but at the same time, I feel like Platinum Games, it's something they, I feel like it's something they do. For example, we haven't really heard anything about Babylon Fall. I don't think
Oh yeah.
either.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. They're weird because, like, I remember, for example, Astral Chain. We never heard anything about that game, and they just announced it randomly. And it's like, oh, it's coming in 2019 or something like that,
I know.
or
Yeah.
2020. Was it 2020 or 2019?
I feel like it was like in the February 2019 direct.
2019, right?
Yeah, and then just came out in
Um,
August or whatever.
yeah, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But again, I think people are like, I don't know. I feel like they're taking it too like seriously, I guess. I feel like Camilla was just playing around, but at the same time, I also understand that it's like, okay, well, show us
Yeah.
something, because I know he said as well earlier, um, this year or last year, I think that that we're probably gonna see something from Bayonetta 3. Um,
Mm.
like something like keep an eye out or something like that for this year. Uh, so I don't know. I feel like, honestly, I feel like Bayonetta 3. I feel like we're gonna see something this year. We might even get a release date because, again, like I say, the thing with Platinum Games, it's kind of like they're so random sometimes.
Hmm.
And I feel like he can't really say much because of Nintendo. I don't know, they want to reveal it sometime or whatever. I don't know. I feel like I'm very confident that it's going well. Bayonetta 3, that we might see it this year. Probably
I
that's
like
just
that
me.
optimism.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Nice optimism.
Indeed, indeed. All right. My co-host is keeping his nose to the ground with even extra reporting. You love to see it.
that's right. Follow me for more Bayonetta 3 news.
All right. This is the spicy stuff I was talking about. What I did is like I took like 10 minutes to just think of questions I wanted to ask you guys about what's going to happen in 2021, and it's tailored to like what our interests are and you know the stuff we talk about. But I think it's still going to be fun for everybody to listen to. So you guys ready for these questions that I just came up off the top of the dome?
Sure.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
All right. I'll start off with the big one. Will Breath of the Wild 2 get released this year?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I thought you guys were both going to say yes.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I wanted to come out this year, but I don't know. I don't know Nintendo what they're planning on doing. Like, we literally haven't heard anything from Nintendo, like directly from Nintendo.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say.
So,
That's
yeah,
kind of why I wanted to do it now too, to make it interesting.
yeah. I think your mic got disconnected or something,
Hello,
right?
hello. Can you hear me? No.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, cool. My bad. I moved it.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. You guys remember that Pokemon Unite game that they announced?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna make you guys play that once. At least that's the plan. The question is,
Jose
would you
has left the chat. Just kidding.
would you like your experience enough for me for for us to play it again after that one time I forced you all to play it?
Hmm. I want to say
What was the
let's.
question again?
Will you like Pokemon Unite enough for us to play it again after I force you to play it?
I feel like my gut is saying no. I'm not gonna like it,
Okay.
but I don't know. We'll see. Um, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the leaks. Apparently, there was some leaks of like Pokemon costumes. I think it's like a Venusaur with like some goggles and things like that. I mean, that's cool. Um, I don't know,
Okay.
but like first impressions alone, I'm not feeling the game, but we shall see.
We shall
Yeah,
see.
yeah, something about it like kind of interests me as well. So uh, maybe I don't know, above what's the what's it called, about 30%.
About you said above 30 or about 30?
About
Oh
30%.
my gosh, okay.
Take it
About
in case, I don't know,
30%.
we'll see. It's something.
Okay,
At
I'll
least it's
take
not
it.
0%.
I'll take it. Um so blah, 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 blah. This one's a how much will it sell question. So I looked up on Wikipedia. Pokemon Sword and Shields has sold about 19 million copies so far. Um, how many copies will new Pokemon Snap sell by, uh, let's say, let's give Pokemon's whenever their next whenever they report sales again. You know how Nintendo reports sales like quarterly.
Mhm.
For their whenever Pokemon Snap first appears on that quarterly report, how many copies will it sell?
How many did Sword and Shield sell again?
19 million
That's in total, right?
total. Yeah,
Let's see.
I want to say maybe like a million.
a million.
Yeah, but I mean, this is worldwide, huh?
Yes, it will be
These are worldwide
worldwide.
numbers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want to say 5 million.
5 million.
Yeah, 5 million
Right.
sounds about right. It's a very niche game, so the spin-offs don't usually do as well as the core games. Um,
Hmm.
but I know the hype is there too. The weight. Um,
Yeah. So
yeah, I think about 5 million.
okay. When does Nintendo report their stuff? Let me see. Nintendo earnings. Because I want to give you guys a certain amount of months.
Mhm.
They report their stuff on like at the end of April and then at the end of July usually. So it's coming out at the end of April, so that won't count. So you guys have May, June, July, so 3 months of sales.
3 months.
Yeah. You guys gonna stick with 5 million, or do you want to bump it up, bump it down? 5 million is
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
pretty
five
good.
million.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is a question about me.
What?
uh,
Huh?
how much will I love Pokemon? Will I love Persona 5 Strikers as much as I love Persona 5?
No,
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Just
Um,
because it's a Muso
Striker's
game?
been the hack and slash.
the Musou game, yeah,
Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
Okay. Okay.
as much. You're gonna like it, but not as much.
Okay. Got you. Another will it release this year question. Metroid Prime Trilogy. Will it release this year?
I don't know, Ray. I ask myself that every night.
Will it
um,
release this year?
I mean,
Okay.
it's the 25th anniversary. They usually overlook Metroid's anniversary. Um, Hopefully they can do at least that, to honor it and just to give us something to wait for the wait, Metroid 4, Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, hopefully that's my answer. Hopefully.
Okay.
I think I think I think we'll see. Sure, why not?
Okay. I got you. I got y'all. I got y'all. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Will Can a Bridge of Spirits be a hit?
I hope so. Get some
That's your
I
FNFs.
hope
hopefully.
not. I put a counter pick. And, I mean, I hope so. I mean, based on like the footage we saw, the trailer. It looks like a really nice, like a pretty game. Um, Hopefully the story holds up. Um,
I'm afraid of the gameplay.
so
I
yeah,
hope it plays
Yeah,
well though.
like the animation is probably gonna get praise no matter what, because it is a
Hmm.
beautiful game,
Yeah.
and it comes from like a team that specializes in animation.
Right.
But yeah, the gameplay, I need to see. I feel like I don't know. We'll need to see how that works out.
Okay. All right. This one's about Monster Hunter Rise. How many hours will I have put into Monster Hunter Rise after the first 2 weeks?
Oh, um, after the first 2 weeks, I wanna say you're gonna put. Uh, I wanna say 60 hours.
60.
damn, Ray's
Dang.
not that.
I mean, it is
I
Monster
don't know
Hunter,
actually. Yeah, um, I'm gonna lower it down a little bit to like 50 hours.
but a lot still.
Yeah, it's still a lot.
Okay. All right. I think y'all might be close. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, because that's the thing about Monster Hunter. It's like I'm gonna go in, play a couple of hunts, um, but then you just want to be like, you know what? I'm gonna try another one. I'm gonna try, and then it's like you got 5 hours in your pocket, and
Yeah.
then
Like when you hunt the first time, like against a decently like tough monster, it's gonna take at least 30 minutes.
exactly. So
Mm,
time just it's gonna add up.
yeah, and then you gotta freaking get your gear right, and then prep for the quest. It just adds up. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Du-du-du-du-du-du. All right, this is kind of a harder one, but how many times will Cassandra join us to play Apex on the Switch, on her Switch during the year?
Mm,
During the whole year.
Yes. Mind you that the crossplay hasn't even been announced yet, but it's supposedly
right.
supposed to come like soon.
I wanna say 4 times.
4 times?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like outside of like streaming?
Just because we want to just join up and play. Yeah.
Oh, Yeah, maybe like 5 times.
Okay, who said five and who said four?
Me, Luis, said four.
Okay, and then Jose said five.
Yeah.
Um, and who said 60 and who said 50? Oh, Jose said 50, right?
Yeah, I said 60.
Okay. All right, bonus question. How many times will Jose join us? Just because we want to
Zero.
see
One time for a
once
stream.
for stream. Okay, you said once for stream.
I mean,
And then
I'll
Jose.
make an effort to try and join
Okay,
more times, but I can't promise anything.
One,
okay,
lock that in.
okay. One for stream. That's what Luis said. Jose, you said zero just because. You think
Yeah, maybe twice.
that's including the stream though?
Yes,
Okay.
we shall see.
Okay. Okay. How many? I still have a few more questions. This is another. Will it come out this year? Will Hellblade 2 come out this year?
No,
No.
I don't think it's gonna come out this year.
Okay. No. No. No.
We might hear the first news about it, but I don't think it's coming.
Okay. Ooh, will we see new gameplay, or will we see gameplay of a new Fallout or Elder Scrolls this year?
No.
Are you counting mobile games?
No. Console.
No,
No. RIP.
no, I don't think
Okay.
so. Wait,
Um, this one has a little
maybe
bit of new. Oh, go ahead.
the Skyrim count? Skyrim port for PS5?
Nah, a new game.
A new? No, okay, nah.
Okay. All right, this one has a little bit of nuance. So this is about the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Um, so first I got to set my expectations for it. My expectations for Mass Effect Legendary Edition is that it's not going to mess up the prior games. It's going to be faithful to them, pretty one for one. No major glitches, none of that. It's going to look prettier and it's going to run nicely. And I'm just going to enjoy it um, close to as much as I did when I first played them. So that's my expectation for the Mass Effect trilogy, Legendary Edition. Will Mass Effect Legendary Edition exceed my expectations?
I think so.
You think so?
Mhm.
Um,
Especially like in the graphics department.
Obviously. Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, I hope you guys are right, man. Um, okay, this is assuming Luis is going to play Rift Apart. No pressure to play Rift Apart, but this is based on if you play Rift Apart. After Luis plays Rift Apart, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, will he play the Ratchet and Clank on PS4 afterwards?
Mm, you're gonna play Rift Apart?
Okay, so this is kind of like a um, because Ratchet and Clank it was available for PS Plus collection,
Yeah.
so I already have it ready to download. So I was thinking of playing that game before I played Rift
Oh,
Apart.
it's a botched
Yeah,
question then. Forget about it.
yeah.
Forget about that one. This is just a weird one that I thought of. Will we play Temtem together?
What?
I
Um,
just thought about it. I don't know.
is that free?
I don't know if it's free or not.
I don't know.
I mean, I'd be interested to play it just to see what the hype is.
If there's any way for us to play without freaking spending a gang of money on it, like $60, you think we'll play it together?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. I'll go
Okay.
with yes.
All right. All right. I'll take it. All right, that's all the questions I had. Oh man, that was kind of fun.
Wait, there's some disturbance with the mic. I don't know if
I think
Hello,
it's on your end. Yes.
hello, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just it sounds like the connection sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I keep moving my head. I should just keep in one spot. My
mm,
Okay.
bad. All right, so that's gonna do it for the main part of our podcast. What's left is this game for that we've been dreading because it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
damn, I forgot
1996
about that.
games. Okay, so let me bring up the other ones that we had. Just one sec. Just a 1 second. Upcoming podcast. Where did I put it? There it is. All right, so we have to rank. So this game that we've done 93, 94, 95. Now we're on 1996, and boy, was 1996 a good year for video games.
Yes.
All right, so shout out quickly to Kirby Superstar, Diablo, Quake, Parappa, Crash Bandicoot. All good games, excellent games. Not on the list we're going to be ranking this week. There's also a bunch of other games too that are tremendous. What we're going to do, these are the games. Actually, the first thing we're going to do is do a tiebreaker. So between Super Mario RPG and Tomb Raider, what do you want as the fifth game?
Tomb Raider.
I also want Tomb Raider.
Yeah, let's put in Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. I put that there just in case, Andres popped up
Yeah.
for the most part. Okay. So the list is going to be Super Mario 64, Pokemon Red and Blue, Mario Kart 64, Resident Evil, and Tomb Raider.
Okay.
Shall we start? Where are we going to start at?
All right. So for number 5, right?
Either
I
way.
think I think for number 5, it should be either uh, Mario Kart 64 or Tomb Raider.
Or number five.
Yeah.
I never played Mario Kart 64. Is that better than Super Mario Kart?
And I mean, and that's the thing, 'cause I don't think I've ever played 64 either.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, and I feel like Super Mario Kart for the SNES,
yeah,
it's more memorable and more loved by fans. Uh, like I don't know. Be, besides what like making it a 3D, I guess
Oh,
they
that's the
really
first 3D
really.
one?
I think so.
I think so too. Because with the tracks look kind of two-dimensional in the previous ones, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, we might have to put it higher then. Ooh, ooh.
What are the games again?
Super Mario
Tomb Raider.
64,
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Red and Blue,
Yes.
Mario Kart 64,
hmm
Resident Evil,
What?
Resident Evil,
Oh, right.
and Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. Yeah, I think Mario Kart 64 should be there.
I agree
Just because
with
I feel
that.
like the other games, the other entries, kind of
Do more.
established more. Mm.
Okay, I agree with that. Mario Kart 64, number five. Number four. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough discussion. I think it's gonna be between Resident Evil and Tomb Raider, isn't it?
I think so.
I think
Ooh.
Tomb Raider should go on number 4.
Resident Evil 1 was kind of people don't. The nostalgia goggles have to be strong
Oh,
for
wait,
Resident
yeah,
Evil
you're
1.
right. Yeah, because I'm thinking of remake.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
whenever I think of Resident Evil, I think of remake.
but it did
Um,
start everything though.
it did,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and it's like a
Uh,
staple in horror genre.
Yeah, because one of the things that I guess Resident Evil 1 did or the first Resident Evil. Like, yeah, the voice acting was kind of trash, uh, but it did, start the whole horror thing, and the fixed camera, and
Yeah,
I don't like. I feel like that's more influential
yeah,
to future games, especially like in the horror genre. Uh, and I feel like that's I think that's more what's it called? It has a bigger weight
yeah.
on that fact, And Tomb Raider, what did Tomb Raider do?
Tomb Raider is basically it was. I guess it was one of those early 3D platforming games. I forget when well, 1996 it came out with Super Mario 64. So 3D platforming wasn't really a big thing. It wasn't you know developed into
No, it was starting to come out. I mean, it does have the
yeah
the fact, that the first, woman or female
recognizable.
protagonist, right? So
Hmm.
I mean, it's influential. You had like a lot of gamers
Hmm.
simping over this character uh, back then, and
Yeah,
it is one of those iconic characters in in video games as well.
yeah. I think that's the extent of it. It's just like one of the
Yeah.
earliest 3D platforming, the influential character. Because like the next games, they don't use the mechanics introduced in the originals, the tank
Hmm.
controls. So yeah,
Exactly.
I think Tomb Raider is at number four. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
well
agree.
put, well put. You were gonna say something, Jose?
No, that I agree. I agree with
Oh,
number four.
dope, dope, dope. So does that mean that Resident Evil is number three, or are we gonna shock the world
Yeah,
with
no,
that?
I think Resident Evil 3.
Okay, Resident Evil is
Resident
number
Evil
three.
deserves to, yeah.
Yeah. All right, this is the big discussion here. Super
Yeah.
Mario 64, Pokemon Red and Blue, one and two. Who's it gonna be?
Hi. This one's
I
so hard.
mean, I'm a little biased here, obviously. I'm the Pokemon fan of the group. Um, I think Pokemon deserves the first one. Um, and that's
Justify.
because, okay, so Mario is already like an established franchise at this point, right? And I mean, Super Mario 64. Um, obviously, I mean, it makes that shift from to 3D, 3D platform. Um, but I mean, you have to take into account Pokemon's, like, this is the first entry ever, Um, it's just an unknown franchise at this point, and I don't know, like it changed everything. Like it became a phenomenon, not just in the gaming industry, but also just merchandise and trading card, trading cards and anime, and I don't know, it became like I don't know, like a part of pop culture, it wasn't just video gaming.
Hmm.
Um, and for the first entry in a franchise to do that, I think it speaks for itself. Like it was huge. Um, and I mean, I guess you could say that Pokemon just kind of became synonymous with um, what was it, like the portable console, Game Boy at that point. Um, so yeah, I feel like Pokemon deserves that first slot. What do you guys think?
Turn-based already existed. 3D platforming was pretty much Super Mario 64's thing, and my favorite game ever probably wouldn't exist without it.
Interesting. What do you think, please?
Yeah, for me, it's tough. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing as to say. They're both very influential. Like the games itself, like Red and Blue, and then 64, Mario 64. They're games that changed how we play games.
You
Um,
can live without Pikachu.
You can live.
You can
Can
live
we though?
without Pikachu. You can live without him. You can live without Charizard.
See, but that's a
Bruh,
that's very like
Subjective.
I I don't know. I feel like it, it, like it, Pokemon is big. You know, it's huge. Pikachu is a staple character now, just like Mario is. You know, they're two of the most known characters in the world, and to say, oh well, you can live without Pikachu, it's kind of like, well, can we? Like it's
Yes.
affected so much in the media and everything. I don't know. It was, like I said, a phenomenon, just like Mario was at its time as well. Uh, it's tough, um, because
Don't do
I
it.
guess like, we all have our biases
Don't
as
do it.
well. um,
Somebody would eventually make a Pokemon because turn based was a thing already. 3D platforming probably would never be how it is now without Super Mario 64. My favorite
was
genre.
Super Mario 3D the first 3D platformer ever?
I don't know,
think so.
but it was the one that was the most, uh, I guess, the most responsive, the most fun, the blueprint, so to speak.
Hmm. I don't know.
Viewers
I'm so sad.
in the chat, please.
And I
All right.
mean, the Ocarina of Time, they sort of used the same engine as Mario 64 too. So
Oof, I didn't think about that.
By association,
By
Ocarina of Time being the best game ever.
it's because you guys loved Pokemon way more, like character wise, than like Super Mario. Like
It's
same
because
grade.
like I take into account, like I said, like Mario was already an established like franchise, and I
Mm,
know that this game specifically, shifted, the gaming industry. And but I also take into account like Pokemon at this point is a newcomer, and for them to do the things that they did, in terms of just popularity, in terms of sales, in terms of um, I don't know, merchandise, just for it to have such a presence um, with the first entry, just by releasing the game.
mm-hmm.
Um, like I mean, it's not something that you can just ignore, you know. Um, as far as, but I mean, I do get your point though, because as far as like the gaming industry, um, RPGs like turn-based, um, that was already a thing, Um, whereas for Mario, it really kind of wasn't. The gaming industry wasn't there at that point. Um, so I mean, I can definitely see where you're coming from,
I
and I
I
can I can agree with that as well.
yeah, I hate this.
It's hard though,
I
because there's
hate
different
this.
things you have to take into account.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. But then no Pokemon Red and Blue, and there's no. I wanna be the very best. Hmm.
I don't know. I need to do some research on this now.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's because I don't know. I don't
Freaking.
know what else to say.
Oh, hello. My mic.
What happened?
for those of you listening to us, we're experiencing technical issues with raised microphone. Um,
Hello. Can you guys hear me now?
yeah, we hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna use this mic for the rest. A little bit.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. The stream also buckled a little bit too. It was weird.
that's strange.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I was also thinking, like Pokemon. Has there been another game that has outdone Pokemon?
In
Like, I
terms
think the
of.
only, like, in terms of its, because I feel like Pokemon has become a there's like another genre for it, right? Like it's called like what, a monster game, no, or something like that. Like, where you
Hmm.
have a team of monsters, and um, for example, we have Monster Hunter stories and Digimon and Temtem look coming up. Uh, has there been another game that has done better than Pokemon? Like
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
the only games that have done outdone Pokemon has been Pokemon itself. Hello, can you hear us?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I had like a call real quick, but it wasn't anything.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I didn't catch the last little part of it. Like you were talking about how it's like a whole new
Yeah, like
genre
how
of like monster games.
right. So
Yeah.
has there been another game in that same
Mm,
genre who has outdone uh, Pokemon? And I feel like Pokemon has outdone Pokemon itself. Uh, like we have yet to see uh, another type of game like Pokemon that has the impact or has changed the game.
hmm.
Um, and with Mario 64, it influenced other 3D platformers, and I feel like Mario 64 is not even the best 3D Mario in the in this,
Right.
right. We have um, well, Mac, like for me it's Galaxy or even Odyssey, right? And 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 you have other games that have done the 3D platforming pretty good. I remember, for example, when Astro came out, the first one, and even this one, Astro's Playroom. A lot of people were comparing it to, like, that feeling of that they got when they played Mario 64
Hmm.
back in the day. Uh, and I mean, honestly, like I played it, and it's really good. It plays really well. Um, so there have been games that have improved that formula.
Sure.
Uh, and this is looking at not so much as the influence, but just how
The
they hold
game.
up, I guess. Yeah, because I feel like that could be another thing we can look at.
Yeah, that's true. Mm, it just feels like I'm putting all my favorite 3D platforming games, Jack and Daxter, uh,
Right.
Ratchet and Clank,
Seeing.
Beyond Good and Evil on a scale, and then Pokemon's on the other scale, and it just constantly outweighs it. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
two
this is
different
hard.
sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Ugh. I can accept it though,
Damn it.
because Super Mario 64 at number two doesn't mean it's gonna be erased. It's just all things
Right.
considered, Pokemon just edges it out.
I, I don't know, because it's so they're both so influential in different ways.
Yeah,
Uh,
everybody knows what Pokemon is.
exactly,
I
and
mean, everybody
everyone
knows what
knows
Mario is too, but
exactly,
different.
and they and
Yeah.
the fact that even that like the fact that Mario 3D platformers are still going on. You don't see for example, Banjo Kazooie, right? Those were huge hits back in the day, and today we don't really see much of those types of games. Ukulele, that failed miserably. Um,
Mario is
the fact
cannibalizing the market. That mother.
exactly. So I don't know. It's, yeah, exactly.
That's why
It's
there's no nothing that can compete.
will
Oh
Exactly.
this
my
be
I
god.
our
mean, well,
first tie?
Tied for first. We make the rules, man.
This could be our first tie. I don't know.
I think we have to. It doesn't feel right to put one or the other.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay with the tie.
Okay. It's a cop out, but I think it's a necessary cop out.
Yeah,
Tied for first. Super Mario 64 and Pokemon Red and Blue.
yeah. I'm
The
interested in what
chaos.
people think, though.
I know, right? If, if only we had somebody in chat, but we don't. Feels bad.
Yeah,
It's okay though.
you should put up a Twitter poll on Twitter, and
Oh my God.
Dude, imagine. Heck yeah, I'm gonna do that.
yeah,
Hopefully Hopefully, people will respond.
Time to
I'm sure
time
they
to
will.
get my Twitter accounts.
And both for Pokemon.
Okay. All right. So to recap our list, we have Mario Kart 64 at number 4, Tomb Raider at number 3, Resident Evil at number 2, and tied for first is Super Mario 64 and Pokemon Red and Blue.
Right.
Alrighty,
And this was tough.
that was Eat It, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for our podcast. Thank you for anybody who was watching. We're watching. Um, we are Roll Jump Media. We aim to do this podcast every week where we cover the news that happens in the video game industry as well as little games that we like to inject just to make it fun and surprising each week. So again, thank you for watching. You can find us on social media. We have different social media pages. You just have to type in Rose Up Media and your favorite social media, and we should be there. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you want to see us there, you can go ahead and subscribe, and we'll be happy to have you as listeners. And we also have a YouTube page as well. So thank you for watching. And before we sign off, do my co-hosts have anything to say before we head out?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.